a nice fresh restart. That's one good thing about the transfer portal is that it's a nice restart. I saw a statistic that annually it's usually 2,000 to 3,000 college kids, D1, P5, enter the transfer portal, and only 40% of them find a landing spot for the next season. That's wild.
I believe that.
That is.
I mean, if you go through the list that 24/7 Sports has, just from like not even a couple of days ago, I mean, I am scrolling, and I'm still within 2 weeks or a week and a half or whatever it is, and it is insane with the amount of players that are on this list.
A lot of good talent out there.
Oh, there are so many 4-star recruit or players that are on here. It's insane.
And it's like every 5-star that committed to Jimbo down there at Texas A&M has decided to enter the transfer portal. Tumi's Adilai was a 5-star defensive end. I probably butchered your name, but
you definitely did.
Yeah, definitely did. He entered the transfer portal. That was speculated. He was the number 3 defensive end in the 2021 class. You have, Texas A&M is a laundry list. Larry Johnson Jr., etc. at running back. They've been kind of gutted. Now I want to raise that question to you now. When you're talking about the transfer portal, has NIL and the transfer portal hurt high school kids as far as recruiting goes? Because now you can go to people who've been proven, and you don't have to worry about, will this high school kid do well in college? Or
it definitely has.
And then has it gone to the point where, okay, these high school kids coming out of high school are going to take the biggest amount of money, wait one season, then transfer out now that they have their bag, then go to the school that they originally wanted to attend? And before I let you take over, Texas A&M players, a multitude of them, retweeted and liked the tweet of someone saying, we got our bag and we want to go to the school that we originally wanted to go to after leaving Texas A&M. So the floor is yours on that one.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what the players are doing. I mean, Ewers even came out and said that straight out of high school he was offered $1 million to go to Ohio State, knowing full well he wasn't going to start.
Yeah.
Took the money, did his season as a bench rider, and then boom, Texas, and now he's a starter. And now he's $1 million richer. Why wouldn't you?
And he's about to get
if that is on the table. Yeah, if that is on the table and I'm able to snag a quick $1 million and then go to a better school.
It's a small loan of $1 million.
Better believe it. Yeah. Small loan of $1 million.
It's huge.
You better believe
it.
Deal. Yeah, I think it's NIL has I'm not going to say corrupted, but it's definitely impacted the game of football and where these players are going. It's no longer about passion. Like, man, I grew up an Oklahoma fan. Oklahoma gave me an offer. I'm going to Oklahoma. Straight up.
Like school,
everybody else.
Coaches, yeah. It's more like how much money you're going to give me. And we've seen that with now sometimes as long as the money's semi-close. We saw that with Jaden, circling back to Florida. Jaden Rashada, who originally committed to Miami on a big-time NIL deal. One of the reasons why he went to Miami was because of the money. Then he saw how the season was going. Florida offered him similar money, not as much as Miami, similar money, but he trusts Billy. So he was like, you know what? I'll take the couple $1 million less than what Miami was offered, which is crazy because I think Miami was offering him like $11 million and Florida offered him $7 million, which as a 18-year-old kid, that's insane. But and then just having a better opportunity to win a natty because that was big for him. So I think as long as the money's close, some of these recruiting battles are going to be a little tighter. But if, say Oklahoma goes, hey, we want you, Rashada, we'll give you $1 million, and Miami's going, I'll give you 11. Like, you're going to Miami, rather you want to be in Miami.
Yeah, I'm taking that 11.
Yeah,
yep. I'm taking that 11. I mean, financially, it'd be stupid not to. I mean, the game of football is not guaranteed. You could go out there and play your first game, snap your leg, and you're done.
Yeah.
But guess what? You got $11 million in the bank.
There are, I believe, for Power 5, there are 5,000 to 6,000 kids playing Power 5 right now, and then there's only 1,000 in the NFL playing, and only 300, or was it 257 or whatever it is for the NFL draft get selected. So get your money. I like that portion of NIL. These kids that maybe might not make it, get a chance to earn a little bit of money and get that brand deal, get that brand new car paid for, maybe set up their families and stuff like that. But it has turned into the wild, wild west as far as
Yeah,
recruiting and the transfer portal
I,
goes.
I do think this is what I think. I think it needs to be regulated. I kind of think right now it's just an open door to kind of throw out however much money you have to spare and hope you land something big. I think it needs to be regulated to. There's a cap, and the cap is $750,000. You cannot
That's a lot
offer
of money to
anything more.
give a kid, man.
That's a lot of money. But if you look at,
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Ewers. He got $1 million to ride the bench at
Yeah.
Ohio State. That's ridiculous.
The
It should be
problem is-
750. That's why that way these smaller schools have an opportunity to get these good college players by the hey, they ran out of their NIL money or they can't offer anybody else any more money.
Yeah.
But guess what? You come down here and play with us at this small school will give you $750,000.
So here's the only problem I'd see running into that is this NIL money doesn't come from the school. It comes from boosters and collectives, like people, donating and whatnot. That's where these schools are getting their funds. Like Miami has John Ruiz, Florida has the Gator Collective, and a bunch of other schools have their own collectives or their own big-time boosters dumping money into the program. So now you're telling these people what to do with their money and how much to spend. And I can see people kind of getting mad, like, oh, if I want to give this kid $2 million, it's my own prerogative. It's my money. You can't be like, well, $750,000 is a limit. So
Yeah.
you can run into that. I still think there should be a limit. I agree with you because this is you gotta even the playing field somehow, and then hurt transfers.
I mean, the NCAA is going to find a way to regulate it because they regulate everything. They regulated food. Coaches can't give candy out to kids. That was a thing. There was a kid on 4 or 5 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago, somebody was on the sideline and one of the coaches was giving Skittles out to one of the players, and I'm pretty sure they got fined for doing that, which is stupid to me. If I want to throw some cheeseburgers to my offensive line, I'm getting them a double quarter pounder with bacon, double cheese, you name it, whatever they want. I'm feeding them boys. Where do I sign? Screw the NIL money.
Coach, I got a cramp. Why? You gave me a double quarter pounder before halftime, man. Ain't got no time to settle.
Hey, those offensive linemen and the defensive linemen, they get fed like you wouldn't believe. I watched a video. It was a day in the life of an offensive lineman in college football. It was a D2 school, but he woke up and he had 15 strips of bacon, 5 eggs, toast,
that cholesterol, man,
a protein shake, and then he went and worked out. Then he had a snack, which was a full-blown meal. Then he had lunch, which was another full-blown meal. Then another snack, which is another meal.
Big boys.
Then he had I'm telling you, man. But then they run these kids ragged. That's why if you see a lot of these offensive linemen that retire from the NFL, and then they just within 3 years they're completely jacked, it's because they're no longer eating that food that's getting stuffed down their face.
Yeah.
So basically what I'm saying is if anybody wants an offensive lineman, let me know.